country. A country means that it is a republic, it is self-governing, and they are in charge of their own affairs. And it is recognized in the global world system. It is a member, a community of the world. You have then a nation. And the nation are the communities, the societies, the people, you and I, the republic. So when you say the Republic of Namibia, you are talking about the public of Namibia, the people of Namibia. So we are a nation. I'm making this point because countries come and go. There were many people before Namibia. Namibia used to be Southwest Africa before it was Namibia. Before it was Southwest Africa, it was called something else. Namibia is the nation, and the nation is you and I. It's who we are. And I'm making that point to educate that Independence Day is bigger than a party, it's bigger than a government, it's about the birth of a republic, of a people. If I have to take my passport outside, I say I am from the Republic of Namibia. Before 21 March 1990, if I went outside on 20 March 1990, I was not recognized. I could not say that I am a republic. I was under somebody else's government, and I would have had to say I'm maybe under South Africa's rule. Okay, so that is very important because that comes with the rights. And that's the next place I want to go to, is talking about the definition of independence, liberty, emancipation, and freedoms. If you don't have independence, you don't have the political sovereignty. You don't have any kind of territorial integrity. If you don't have sovereignty, it means you are not able to self-govern. Without that ability, that means you are restrained, you are oppressed, you are under somebody else. Then all the other freedoms are also limited. Your freedom for emancipation, economic emancipation, your political freedom, your freedom for your right to education, your freedom for speech, you don't have those guaranteed. So independence is the condition, the environment that gives you the guarantee that you can pursue your other liberty. You can't have economic liberty if you don't have the political freedom guaranteed. I want to indicate that to you. That's why we celebrate 21 March, we celebrate the birth or the sovereignty, the coming into nationhood. We celebrate the political independence because that gave us the foundation to pursue all the other liberties, including economic emancipation. Freedom comes with responsibility because once you have it, it's even harder to keep it. So there's a lot of vigilance required, a lot of protecting our freedoms required. And that's why we have got a constitution that articulates our rights, our liberties, our freedoms. But it also talks about the obligations of a Namibian person, our duty as a member, a citizen of this country, as a member of our republic. And now when we talk about that, it becomes a matter of patriotism and how we identify. How many of you would say that you are patriots? You're patriotic towards your country. A patriot is somebody who loves their country, somebody who's loyal to their country, somebody who defends the freedoms of their country. So the arguments to say don't celebrate, we need to rather engage and say, if we don't celebrate unity and foster nationhood and celebrate what brings us together, what is the price? In expense of what? 20, 30 years down the line, you may find yourself in a position where you are more divided, more separated, and there's no cohesion. So paying Peter to pay Paul could have other unintended consequences, and I wanted to sensitize you to that. There's something else I want to cover here, is who's the government? In a representative government, we heard a lot about SWAPO is the government, the elites who host the party, it's about them. No, in a democracy, you are the government and I'm the government, and that is exactly what we fought for. They are in charge of administering the affairs, but you as the sovereign, you know the president always says you are the sovereign, you are his bosses. You elect him, you surrender your power to self-govern. 21 March, we all were empowered. I received power to self-govern, to determine my own destiny and future. 21 March, you receive power to determine your destiny and future. But because I'm a member of a republic and a democracy, I surrender my power. And I say, in this representative government, I will give it to you, mister, to you, party, to represent me. Go to parliament, make laws for me. Go to government, manage the affairs for me. So 21 March is not Swapo's party, it's not government's party. 21 March must be observed by whoever is in power on 21 March. So the obligation of young people is very important. It's a good debate, and I commend the leadership of NANSO for bringing you together to exchange views, because we are going to inherit the socio-economic, political infrastructure of our country. And tomorrow, if you find yourself in power, you must understand the consequences and what is also important about observing national days like today. Whether we use celebration, whether we use commemoration, whether we use observing the day, I think that is relative to the activities that we undertake on the day. What it is in nature, it is a solemn occasion. It is a day of remembrance, and it is sacrosanct. It is the day that our face, we got a face. It's the day our flag was hoisted, and we became country number 54 in Africa. Before that, we were not a country. So it's a day that we came into being. And how we need to make sure as young people is to defend the freedoms that we fought for, defend the unity that will keep us as a republic. There can be no republic that is not united. And we must rather look at how we deploy our agency. I appreciate the social consciousness. For me, it's immaterial whether it's a celebration, a commemoration, or a gathering, or an observance. What we do, those are modalities. Whether we all gather at Independence Stadium, whether we all go volunteer 10 hours to repair Katutura Hospital, whether we go to an orphanage, we can all do something. But we must recognize the significance of the day. It's a blessing to live in this country every day. Despite the challenges, a lot of people have given up a lot for us to be here. And I want to encourage us young people not to be discouraged. We got the first thing we needed in order for us to get everything else. Just because we don't yet have the pot of gold doesn't mean that we have not made progress towards it. And there's a lot of information that we can talk now about how far we have come after 30 years. A lot of you are saying, we're 30 years old. We don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this. They are the first country in Africa to receive political independence was Ghana. Speak to a Ghanaian brother and sister. They are still making progress, working towards their ideal. So I can also say that we are 30 years young. And for a 30-year young country in Africa, there's a lot that we have that is also going for us. And that we can be proud of. That, let us take a moment to reflect, celebrate, and also recommit ourselves to continue forward. I just wanted to give those brief remarks after the debate, and to thank you all very much for bringing the views, but also your participation. Thank you.